I've talked about these things before, and these things being laxatives. Now, laxatives are like they're like they look like fucking chocolate bars, okay? And I'm not saying go to the fucking store and buy you a whole goddamn fucking shitload of fucking laxatives. Don't do that. But anyway, now laxatives, like I said, they look like a piece of candy, almost like a chocolate. They look like a candy bar, almost. And my granddad said he used to eat them like a shitload, like all the time. He said he used to eat some, and eat them like fucking candy. Don't do that, because I have an experience with laxatives, and this happened 2 years ago. Okay, fucking 2 years ago, extra laxative story. Because I've actually viewed the one I just put up there on YouTube, and I'm like, you know what? Fuck it, I'm doing a double upload tonight. So laxatives make you shit, diarrhea. They fucking have something in them to make you shit, and a lot. Not just like 1, 2 or 3 times a day. Your ass is going to stay on that toilet for a long time. Now, 2 years ago, I believe I had a, no, it wasn't a cousin. I had a friend of mine, and he would come to church loaded down with laxatives. He would come to church. His whole back seat of his car would be fucking loaded with that shit. And not only would it be loaded with laxatives, it's kind of funny me talking about it, but not only would it be loaded with laxatives, this dude. Okay, so let me start from the beginning. This is gonna be a long story. So the other laxative story, you know, like I said, I viewed my other laxative story, and I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna do a better one and probably a longer one. But you guys, man, y'all fucking view these laxative stories, and it's killing me, man. I like it. And anyway, it don't matter what you do, okay? If you take laxatives, it don't take long for them bitches to start working. Cause don't worry, I'm gonna tell you why. 2 years ago, I was 22, and I was sitting in a my church. I was outside, and a friend of mine, he walked up. He said, "Hey man," he's like, "You want some?" I'm like, "What?" He's like, "Laxatives." He's like, "You want to take them with me?" And I'm like, "What do you mean? I can shit very fine, man." He's like, "Nah, man, I want you to take them with me." And I'm like, "Nah, I'm not going to do that right now. I'm not going to fucking make myself shit because, like, I got places to go. I got shit to do, and I'm not fixing to fucking make my goddamn self shit because you want me to shit." So he's like, he laughs. He says, "Nah, man, you're a pussy. You're a cunt." You know, he starts with the name calling. And I'm like, all right, man. All right, dude. And I was a little chicken. I was scared as a motherfucker. Like I wouldn't defend myself when somebody made fun of me. I was a little chicken, and I still am to this fucking day, and I don't know why. But so he walks up to me with a box of them. He said, "Here, man." He said, "Come on, man. Just take one with me." I'm like, "Dude, I don't need these." He's like, "Man, come on." I'm like, "Nope." So he got mad. He got pissed. And he's like, "Well, I'm going in anyway." So I'm like, "All right, go on." So I put my laxatives in and here's what I did to piss him off. I take the box of laxatives and I throw them right. I sneak them in the back of his shirt as he's going in. He don't realize it, but I stick them bitches down the back of his shirt as he's walking in. And he's, "Oh, motherfucker!" He's like, you know, swear words. You know, there's chains of swear words. Like, you know, he got pissed. He's really getting pissed. And so just about that time, my pastor comes out. He's like, "All right, guys, what's going on?" I was like, "Oh, nothing." He tried to offer me laxatives, and I ain't got a shit. Like, I can shit just fine, man. He's like, "Oh, really?" I'm like, "Yeah." He said, "Oh, really? Really? You don't want to take no laxatives with me?" I'm like, "Dude, I'm not taking any laxatives with you because I can shit fine. I don't need anything to help me shit. You know, I can shit fine. Like, you know, I don't." The only time I needed laxatives was after my surgery last year when I couldn't shit for fucking 3 days. I couldn't. I swear to God, man, I couldn't shit for 3 days. And that shit hurt, man. I couldn't shit for 3 days, like constipated as crap. And don't worry, guys. Constipation, it hurts like a bitch. And so he sometimes during this church service, I'm sitting in the front. Now, mind you, I play the drums for my own church, and he comes up there to the front row where I'm sitting on the bench, because everybody's done like they. See, I wasn't playing that night. Somebody else was. So he comes up to the front row. He says, "Hey, man." He's like, "You want something?" And I'm like, he's like, "What do you mean?" I was like, "What do you mean?" He's like, "You want something? It's a drink." He's like, "It's root beer." Like, you know what? Fuck it. I'll take it. I knew what it was. But I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm tired of arguing with this dude. I'll take him. I looked at him and I said, you know what? Fuck it. I'll take him. Would you put him in that root beer right there? Well, I don't have to eat him. He's like, oh man, yeah, fuck yeah. And he goes in there and he stirs it up and he gets it really mixed in. I'm like, fuck it, I'll drink it. And I drank them bitches. I drank laxatives. I took them bitches the easy way. And and guys, don't do this, because you will get fucked up. So don't do what I did. And I drank them. That's the easy way to do a fucking laxative. Drink that bitch. Mix it in with something, drink it, and you don't have to chew it, because it's nasty when you chew it. It's like it's chocolate, but it don't taste good. Mix it in something, and so when I started drinking it, the big old cup of root beer, I finally got it down. I chugged the root beer. I chugged it all, man. I wasn't gonna stop, so I chugged that root beer down. When I got the root beer finally gone, the guy comes up. And I hand him the cup, and I say, here, man. And I feel it coming, dude. About 5-10 minutes later, I'm sitting there. Here it comes. So I go to the bathroom. I don't run at this time, but I'm trying to fast walk. And somebody's in the fucking bathroom. I'm like, oh, fuck. So I'm headed down another hallway, and I'm like, screw it. So after that person got out the bathroom, luckily he got out the bathroom in time. And this is funny. I used the whole fucking roll of toilet paper to wipe my fucking ass, because it was so nasty. And it was so nasty. And it was so disgusting. And also, it was gross, dude. It was like water going in a toilet. Like you piss. When you piss out of your, you pee, you pee out your manhood, and you shit out your ass. So, it was just an awful sound of me pissing out my asshole, and it just kept coming. It kept coming. And at one time, somebody tried to come in the bathroom, and they knocked, and this is what creeped me the fuck out. They knock on the door, and they're like, hey, are you in there? And I'm like, yeah, I'm in here. What? He's like, I gotta use the bathroom. And I'm like, dude, I'm shitting right now. Can you not bother me right now? And I can laugh thinking about it to today, but 2 years ago, I couldn't, man. I couldn't. And just about the time that let me see. Well, it finally let up a little bit. I finally got off the toilet. I know, but I'm trying to explain to you in detail, because I know these viewers are gonna love these laxative stories, who view them, and they view the fuck out of them. And now I have seen laxative pranks, but this right here, I told him, he kept bugging me about it. He's like, man, just do it. I'm like, you know what? I'll do it. So I did it, and that was a big no-no to me, because I paid for it. My fucking stomach was feeling like it was sore, man, for like a night and the rest of that day. Like the night and the next day. So next day comes around. I get a call from my pastor, and he's pissed. And he's so pissed, dude. He's like, y'all fucking bastards. y'all shit in my floor. And I'm like, dude, let me explain. He's like, you better be doing some goddamn explaining, bitch. And you know, he was pissed. And I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. I'll explain it to him. So I start talking to him. And I'm like, you know what? This is what happened. And I explained it to him. He's like, what? He gave you what? And I'm like, laxatives and Sprite. He's like, who? And I said his name. And my pastor says, you tell that son of a bitch that he's not allowed back at my church again. That he's not allowed in my audience with any kind of drug that he's going to offer you or any of my members. And the way our church is, guys, if you come in, you don't have to sign no fucking documentaries, no fucking deacons. There ain't no deacons there at all. There's the only people are the deacons is the members, and they don't fucking give a shit. Like, you know, I could walk in with a box of laxatives in my pocket and say I have them, but they would look at me like I'm stupid because, you know, the only time you got to have laxatives is when you can't shit. When you're like constipated, where the shit ain't coming out your ass, it's so fucking big. What the laxatives do is they go in there and they dissolve that shit into fucking piss, water shit, and that's how I can explain it. You know, it's messy, it's watery, it's runny, it's nasty, it's fucking horrible, and you have a shitload of, like, it makes a big ass mess. Like, if you don't even, I'm saying, guys, if you don't sit on that toilet right when it starts to come out, you're gonna spray everything. You're gonna spray everything, and I mean everything. And you know, like I said, you know, laxatives. You know, and I got a kind of a backstory. Now, you know, my Uncle James, he actually used to take laxatives, and he used to fucking take them just to take them. Every day he'd get off of work, he would take 10 of those bitches, and he would put them and mix them in drinks, and he would take 10 of those laxatives. And one day I was spending the night with him, and this is so funny. When I was staying over there, he took, he took 4 or 5, I think it was like 5 or 6 laxatives. So he was drinking them in his beer. He put fucking laxatives in his fucking beer. No, he put laxatives in his beer. Well, like, who would do that? Who would make decisions like that? Like, yeah, I'm just gonna put laxatives in my beer. So he does this, okay? He buys 10 of these things, and he puts 10 laxatives in his one beer. One fucking beer. That's it. That's all he has. One beer. And he pours it in a cup, and he stirs this cup up. And I'm like, James, listen, dude, let me tell you right now, okay? I'm looking at you right now. You don't want to do that. He's like, well, deal bitch, you know I can't shit. I'm like, James, look, man, you can shit. You don't need to do that. He's like, yeah, how do you figure? I'm like, dude, no, you don't want to do that. He's like, it'll be all right. And he takes a big ass swallow. And I'm like, oh no, like he's done for. And then next thing I know is so he has this gate in the hallway, and he fucking lands on his face, and he jumps the gate, and somehow, he lands on his face, and he misses the fucking. When he lands, you just hear his face smack the hallway. And the funny part about it was, he landed in dog shit, because he had a dog that was staying in the trailer at the time, and he had a shitload. Like, this is not just fucking, like, I'm telling you right now, this is not like one of your trailers, like where you live. This trailer was huge, and the bathroom is all the way at the end of the hallway, and you have to get over this gate to get to the hallway. Next thing I know, I hear it. I hear that sound of watery, runny shit, and I hear that sound, and I'm like, oh no, and I just walk out, dude. I walk to the door, and he's like, where are you going? And he gets up and he turns around, and he's still messing up his, he's like, it's still messing up his, it got in his shoes, it got in his socks, it got in his clothes, it got all in his pants, it ran down his leg, it even fucking went in his, it was in his nuts, like, right, ran down his nut sack. It was that messy. And he filled his pants up with his shit that he took laxatives with. And I told him, I said, dude, he's like, oh. And he runs to the bathroom. He takes his clothes off. He changes. And check this out. He changes. He gets out of his clothes, and he goes over to his closet, and he changes. Okay, when he changes, he gets into his he gets into another, and then guess what he does? He puts on his girlfriend's clothes. No, he puts on his girlfriend's clothes and continues to shit in them. Like, that night, he was laying in the floor in the hallway, and I can see this very vividly. He's laying in the fucking floor, and he's laying there, and I'm like, dude, didn't I tell you earlier to not do that? He's like, yeah, he said, but I guess I was kind of, I guess I just, took too many, and I'm like, yeah, I think you did, man. He's like, oh. So, his girlfriend gets home. Oh, it gets better, just wait. His girlfriend gets home, walks in the door. She's like, what is that smell? I smell shit. And I'm like, listen, your boyfriend went and bought a bunch of laxatives and took 10 of them in his one glass of beer. And she's like, oh shit. And she goes back there, and all I hear is, what the fuck? And I hear her say that. She's like, get the fuck out of here, you nasty bitch. And he's like, oh, wait a minute. And she kicks him out the back door. She opens the back door and kicks his ass out of the trailer and starts to mop up the hallway. And guys, it takes a long time to get shit smell out of your clothes. If you guys ever shit in your pants, even in your house, it takes a long time to get it out of your clothes, because what happens, guys? If you shit and you don't take care of it right away, it will dry up in your clothes. It will dry. It will stick to your ass. It will dry. It will stick to your ass. It's disgusting. And so when the next morning he came in, him and his girlfriend had worked things out. Okay, so the best way to say this is that he had trouble getting his pants off, because in his pants, guys, and I'm trying to detail. In his pants were so stuck with his shit that stuck to his leg. Like, it was nasty. And they had to, I believe he had to cut his pants off because it was so stuck nasty to his leg. He shit so much, guys. So much shit from those laxatives that he took. And I'm like, oh no. Like, dude, didn't you know better than to do that after I told you not to? Because actually, I would not do some stupid shit like that. Like, if you're gonna do it, man, look, man, don't take a whole shitload of laxatives in shit and wait for it. So here's what happened. So I was on the internet messing around And he came in the back door, or front door. He's like, hey, let me in, T.O.B. Let me in, it's cold out here. His girlfriend, what he didn't know was his girlfriend. I said, hey, he's at the front door, he wants in. She said, let him in, but don't let him come back to my bedroom until he cleans up, because he's going to smell like shit. And so I let him in. And if you ain't smelled shit, Beth, I smelled shit that night. It stunk like a son of a gun, man. It was so rotten. Like, you could smell it. I mean, and even he just sat on the floor in the living room because his girlfriend said he could not go back to the hallway. And like, guys, like I said, you know, now this wasn't my uncle. I have another friend named James, and this is who it was. It wasn't my uncle, but it was another friend named James, and his girlfriend said, you know what, you can't come to this hallway. And actually, I was staying with them a few days, and he's like, you know what, you can't come to the hall, you can't come in, you know, you just can't come back here. And the more of the story is, okay, like I said in the last one I uploaded, you know, if you take laxatives, that's all you. But, you know, I'm not going to say, hey, you know, don't take them. Because if you decide to go buy a shitload of laxatives tomorrow and take them to you know, anywhere you want to take them to, you take those laxatives, you take them, can't talk tonight, you take those laxatives, and you can take them anywhere you want to. You can take them anywhere you want to, and I swear to you, man, you take them anywhere you want to, they're always going to cause you problems, because if you take them, you're going to wind up in the same situation he was in. And not only that, you know, when James, man, my best friend, when he got back home, and my Uncle James, I never told my Uncle James this story because, like, I'm pretty sure he would laugh at it too. But that was a friend of mine named James, and he had a girlfriend. They're married. They were married last year when this happened, and I should have said his wife, but it's about the same, you know. And so yeah, I mean. I don't know what I'm going to name this video. I'm probably going to name this video he shit himself by taking laxatives in his beer, because it sounds fucking dope, dude. The title of this video, like, here's what I do. I listen to the videos before I upload it, because I don't want to upload something and YouTube say, you know, we don't want this. I want something up here that's going to entertain y'all. The laxative videos have been entertaining y'all. So, you know, like I said, you know, don't take these. Don't do it, because it's nasty. And like I said, don't take these. They're not meant for taking or, you know, getting a... I mean, if you want to, that's you. But all in all, guys, don't do this, because it's really nasty. And, so yeah, I mean, like I said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thanks for the 15 views on my other laxative story. Thanks for the 15 views, the 15 that I got. So at least I'm getting views, and I'm not complaining and bitching about subscribers, because I'm getting views, and that's all that counts. So hey, I guess that's what it is. It is what it is. And I hope you guys enjoy this laxative video. And hope you guys enjoy this. I'll see you guys later.
Stop.